Oh, don't you guys have anything better to do with your time? I mean,
FA
what are you
Cup
doing out
third
here?
round
Come on,
opponents,
guys.
Norwich City.
All right, just one question then. Look, I tell you what, Norwich City, they're obviously a club that's struggling. They should be doing a lot better than they are. But, you know, I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, going to their place makes it a little bit more tricky. But no, I'm looking forward to the day. It should be good. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villa. Welcome to episode 49 of the First Star Challenge with Everton. And today we have two big games. We warm up with a game against West Ham, away to West Ham in the Premier League. And then we go to Olympic Lyon. So we host Olympic Lyon with top of the group on the line, which is absolutely huge. Now, since last episode where we got a good solid win against Atletico Madrid and then a bit of a disappointing but hard-fought draw against West Brom, you can see things have gone really, really well. We're playing some of the weaker teams in the Premier League now, which is good, and we're certainly getting the results that we desire. First up against Wolves here, absolutely dominant. We've got Canente with a double, Rafinha with a goal. You can see from the match ratings, absolutely smashed them. They barely had a sniff, and we played really, really well in this one. Then we went and we played PAOK in the Premier League, in the Champions League, and the score here pretty much says it all. We've done them 11-0 over 2 legs. Bernard with a hat-trick, Terry Cook with a double. And look at those match ratings. Look at those match ratings. Absolutely. I don't know why PAOK are in the Champions League. The Greek league is not that weak. Anyway, that's not our problem. Then we played Brighton, and this is another game that we absolutely dominated. The match stats kind of show it a little bit. They only had 3 shots on target, despite the fact that it says they had 16 during the game. They weren't really quality shots. Their goalkeeper played well. We should have won by more. In the end, they got an 87th minute goal to make it nervous for us. But it was Richarlison and Gomez that got the goals in this one. And like I say, it was a game we should have won by more. Then we went and we played Stoke. Again in the Premier League, this time at home. And this was a game that was actually a tough game for us. Steak? I'm hungry. Stoke gave us a really, really good game. You can see again, we did deserve to win it, I think. It was Malo that got a really good free kick and Selke that opened the scoring for us after going behind. Yeah, it was, again, just a good, solid 3 points against a sort of mid to lower table Premier League team. Now, if we have a look at what all this means for the tables, you can see we're pushing up there. We are now in 5th spot. If we were to beat West Ham, the teams above us have played, well, certainly Arsenal has played a game more. So if we were to win this game, suddenly we'd find ourselves only 4 points off top and in the top 4. So we're really, really recovering after a bit of a slow start, but we're recovering well. Now we're sort of playing the teams down in this bottom half of the table, which is good. And you can see the Champions League table, the way that lines up. We have to win. A draw isn't good enough, but if we beat Lyon, we do actually go and top the group. And as you heard earlier at the start of the episode there, we did get away to Norwich in the FA Cup 3rd round. They're a League One team. They're winning League One. But I would still fancy us to be able to get the job done there. Now, before we get to the West Ham game, a couple of new players to introduce you to. First up here, we have, just got to find him in the lineup here. Here it is here, Toby Berg, formerly known as Ritterberg. Toby asked to have a player in after him in the comments. Here he is. Now, one thing, Toby, you can perhaps hang your hat on here, dubbed the new David Platt. I'm not quite sure. Is David Platt a good reference for Everton? I thought he was more my boy. I thought he was more Villa. Known for Villa and Arsenal, yeah. But anyway, the Everton, the Scouse David Platt, we can call you. So yeah, that's that. And then the other one here, we do have a new goalkeeper as well, Michael Stevens. A potentially very high quality goalkeeper. So look for those guys, and of course Gary as well. We'll give a quick update on Gary here. You can see from that how they're going, especially these two in the under-18s. Match ratings are really, really good, and they're coming along nicely. And of course Toby as well. We'll look to have you in the first team, maybe even for the Norwich game. We might even sneak you on the bench for that one, and see how you go. But anyway, let's have a look at the team we're sending out to play West Ham. You can see we're in good form. We are, however, resting players ahead of the Lyon game right now. So it's Lafont in goal for this one. Timon, Stuart Taylor, who's done really, really well. We've had to play him because we've had that injury crisis at centre-back. So even though Stark and Tar, they're available, they'll come back in for the Champions League. But Stuart Taylor's done really well. He'll partner Pennington in this one with Kenny at right back. Witzel and Davies go in midfield. Lookman, Gomez and Bernard down the wings with Terry Cook. Goal machine lately. He's up top. So we can see the way West Ham's lining up there, pretty much matching us up. Maybe a few subtleties in difference there, but essentially the same lineup. Or formation anyway. What do we say to this? Probably some come on lads, show what you can do to keep our run going. We have been playing, as I said, really well. We've been scoring lots of goals. Speaking of which, there is a goals of the month after the Lyon game. And some nice goals have been scored, as I said, in that as well. So Definitely worth sticking around for. Let's see if we can be forever bursting bubbles here. It always makes me nervous rotating and sort of blatantly favouring a game, but top of the group in the Champions League would be a nice little thing to hang our hats on, wouldn't it? Here goes Sergio Gomez, a bit too tight of an angle to shoot. He goes back for Bernard. Can Bernard get another goal? Oh, it's ricocheting around. Pinball's in there, but it's bounced out for Witsel. Witsel goes wide for Gomez. Now, Witsel's been complaining about first-team football. I don't really know why. I've been trying to keep him fresh for bigger games, but he just wants to play, which is a good sign, I guess. But so we've had to play him here when I'd ideally keep him fresh for Lyon. Oh, it's found its way in. It's an own goal, I think, from Yarmolenko. He has only ever scored against us and scored against us for fun during her time at Everton. But finally, maybe it's the age getting into his legs, but finally he's done us a favour and he's scored for us. It's one back. He's overspent another 10, I think. He always seems to score against us, but that is just a time-owned cross that's hit Yarmolenko on the backside and found its way into the back of our net. We will take it. We will absolutely take it. Let's try to demand more here. How old is Yarmolenko now? He's got to be getting on a little bit. 32. Still a wonderful player, though, isn't he? I really like Yarmolenko. Was it Euro? What was the? I think it was the Euros that Ukraine and Poland hosted. Was where I first really came across him. I just really, really like him as a player. I was disappointed actually he didn't work out at Dortmund. I would have, because I do have a soft spot for Dortmund, and I would have liked, well, except it would have cost me a fortune. But a Yarmolenko Dortmund jersey would have had a nice spot in my wardrobe, I think, or on the wall. All right, come on, boys. Let's not go and concede here. 25 minutes in, Yarmolenko is going to want to get that goal back, isn't he? This is some nice little bit of passing play. Oh, it's a decent save from Lafont off of Nalkovic. Come on, boys. Let's stay organised here. Talk to each other. Get this clear. That's. Oh, I thought we were going to get that. Oh, Lookman, bring it down, mate. Bring it down. He had time. You can see Witsel. He's getting tired. We're playing him too much. He's not match fatigued necessarily. We're not. Oh, it's a crunching tackle. Bernard's picked it up again, though. Bernard, here we go. Bernard! Oh, Bernard! He just doesn't stop scoring. 10 goals now this season. And it's not even Christmas time yet. What's he going to do after Christmas? Because usually that's when he shows up. He has had an absolutely stunning start to the year. I wonder if it's Rafinha and Richarlison also playing well. I think the three of them are just feeding off each other. But that is a stunning finish. There's no goalkeeper in the world that is saving that. That is really, really good. That's how you get back from that crunching tackle, isn't it? That is now 2-0, and Everton just rolls on. We are in such good form right now. It's really, really promising. Here goes Lookman now. Oh, Adamola Lookman! Oh, that's a stunning save from their goalkeeper. Is it Fabianski, I think? That is unlucky for Lookman. He hasn't had much of a look in this year, just because the three Brazilian wingers are doing so well. But, I mean, he's a quality player of himself. Last year when we had a bit of an injury when Rafinha and Richarlison that were out last year, I think, wasn't it, for a while, and Lookman came in, and he was absolutely amazing. So, I mean, we don't lose too much, if anything, playing him. It's just that, as I said, the other three have just been in just amazing form. We've just been rotating them. What do we say? Let's go passionate. I'm very pleased with that. Let's go some calm. I'm not happy with the guys that match rating. Could be a little bit better. And we'll go from there. Terry Cook's been a little bit quiet. But like I say, he has been chipping in with goals lately, which is really good. We do have the young French striker, Trevor, this guy on the bench. I've been trying to give him a little bit of time off the bench where I can, because he's a really, really good young player. So we need to make sure we're playing him just to kind of, keep him developing. Calvert-Lewin has kind of fallen out of favour. He doesn't necessarily play bad. It's the same as he was last year, actually. He either plays really, really well, or he's just completely anonymous. But I think that sometimes, that's a decent effort on the volley. That's just a striker sometimes, isn't it? They can be a little bit anonymous at times. Let's give it a get creative. I don't like that Terry Cook's looking complacent up there. Not a massive fan of our goalkeeper having a good match rating either, but it's probably better than him having a bad match rating. Oh, that's a bit of a lungy tackle. Another ball comes into the box, and that is offside. If Vincent Janssen, if he starts scoring against you, then there is something growing on. The lines, I don't know, what are we checking? It has been disallowed. Yeah, was it close? No, it's not even close. Not even close. Easy decision for the linesman, that one. Witsel is looking absolutely knackered out there. We'll wait for this highlight to finish. I wonder if they've changed formation. They've brought on a winger for a midfielder. Here's time on for Witsel. Witsel finds Bernard. We know Bernard doesn't need much of an encouragement to run. That's a bit of a nothing ball up to Fabianski though, isn't it? And you just start to wonder if we're letting them back into this game a little bit. Let's win that ball. No. He's had a good game. Is it Priest? Whoever that is has had a really... He hit the volley earlier too, didn't it? Just went over. Another ball in, and that's going wide. And we need a concentrate here, I think. We're letting them back into this game. Let's make some subs here. We're going to bring on the young Frenchman for Terry Cook. We're going to bring on Sander Berg for Witsel. And that's kind of the two that I was a little bit worried about there. They didn't like the concentrate shout, but to be honest, Lookman's picked up a bit of a knock. All right, we'll bring Calvert-Lewin on for him. He's capable of playing out there. And that's our 3 subs done. Let's give it a... We'll give it a... What do we say? Just give it a demand more. We might just start to close this down. We haven't really come out the second half as we did in the first half. But to be honest, we already had the game won. So as long as we don't throw it away, I'm relatively happy. Here's a chance for a third. Gomez knocks it in. It's headed away. It's down for Pennington. Calvert-Lewin! Oh, that's a stunning strike from Calvert-Lewin! It's 25 yards out. He's put it in the top corner. That is what we like to see from Dominic Calvert-Lewin. We can't wait to see the replay on this. It was an average ball in. It was nothing special. Headed clear. Pennington found Calvert-Lewin with a nice ball on first time of asking. It's not as good as it first looked. Fabianski got a touch, so it made it look like it went into the top corner. Didn't quite go that far, but if it ends up in the back of the net, we're pretty happy. Stuart Taylor's had another good game at centre-back, which is really, really good to see. Young Academy product, of course, named after one of the viewers. If you do want to have an Academy product named after you, just let me know in the comments at Aussie Villain on Twitter as well. Another thing, too, I can't remember if I've mentioned it. I'm sure I have. The press conferences, if you have any questions for me, just let me know, either email at aussievillainy@gmail.com or just tweet me at aussievillain a question. Why is a player playing? Why are we using tactics? How do I think we're going? Any sort of, any question that you would ask a normal football manager. Just send me the question. And either Harry Sidebottom, I think his name is, and his very authentic British accent, can ask me the question, or send me a sound file, and you can get your voice on the channel if that's particularly what you want. But anyway, that was a really, really solid win. We'll tell Pennington's actually had a really, really solid season. Because of the injuries, we've needed him to as well. But look at these match ratings: a 7.25 overall, 7.6 in the Champions League, 7.17 in the Premier League. He's done really, really well. I'm really happy with how he's done because, as I said, we've needed him this year with our injuries. Anyway, guys, wait right there. It's a Champions League top of the table playoff. Alright guys, welcome back. This is it, isn't it? I mean, we're already qualified from the group, so we don't have to worry about anything in that sense, so we can absolutely go for this, knowing that a win will take us through as top. But as Arsenal will tell you, sometimes you finish top and you get a worse draw than if you would have finished second. So, the one bit of injury news I forgot to mention at the start, Holgate has broken his leg. So he's out 3 to 5 months. It was his leg, right? Received treatment for a broken lower leg, yeah. So, sucks for Holgate, to be honest. The one good thing is that he wanted first team football, so obviously he's not going to get that. His contract's at the end of the year, though, so we need to make a decision on him in the near future. But yeah, Holgate has broken his leg. Anyway, this is the team that we are sending out to face Olympic Lyon. It's Lafont in goal. It's Digne, Stark, Tar, and Milo as a back four. Berg and Canente in midfield. Rafinha, Vlasic, and Richarlison with Davy Selke up top. So it's like we're matching up essentially man for man once again in the formations. There really is the old 4-3-2-1 is just like a default football relationship. Like a default football formation these days, isn't it? All right, let's go. Come on, lads. Show me what you can do again with a little bit of passion. Some calm, we have faith. And not the reaction I would have liked, if I'm honest. But let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do here. Transfer window, of course, is opening soonish. So as you know, in sort of the media, I guess, talk that Richarlison is wanted by Manchester United, Selke is wanted by somebody, all the usual stuff. As ever, we'll be doing our utmost to make sure that no one's getting sold. I think City wants David Luis Felipe. Decent ball back post. Vlasic is there. Oh, and the keeper saves, and it is hacked away. Yeah, so I think we're still... I'd like to think we're at the point now where we can keep our players. They don't want to leave us. But, yeah, always a little bit nervous going into these transfer windows. Ball comes in. It's headed away. Is this going to be a highlight the other way? This is not great. Oh, there we go. Canente. Oh, risky pass. Canente. Gee. Tar must have just been like, what are you doing? But he stayed calm. We played it out, and suddenly Vladic's on a bit of a run here. He's got space to run into. Can he pick out? He can. Selke! Oh, he's missed it! Everything. So he brought it down on his chest beautifully at his feet, and he couldn't beat the fully exposed goalkeeper. Oh, that was unbelievably disappointing, Selke. We do have the young Frenchman on the bench once again. He's very much just there, you know, if we happen to find ourselves in a position, Tar heads it clear. Here's Vlasic, can he turn and go? Yeah, just in case we find ourselves in a position later on where we can give him get some game time. He goes, it's bouncing around. Vlasic! It's his third goal of the year. Rafinha, the assist machine. And there it is, 1-0. As things stand, we are top of the group. Excellent, excellent stuff. The one thing, of course, top of the group does help with a little bit is the coefficient points. I think we do want to try and get out of pot 3 and into pot 2 as soon as we can. Because all that is going to help us when it comes to sort of winning the Champions League, I think. Although if we're getting out of the group, it doesn't really matter that much. But I think it will certainly help us attract players as well. The higher we get up the coefficient ratings, the better the club reputation will be. And then that is the sort of thing that will stop players wanting to leave us as well, isn't it? Not just attract better players, but mean that other players won't want to move to Manchester United, for example, because we'll actually be on par with them in sort of the eyes of the game, and not just our own personal lives, where we know we're better than Manchester United, don't we? He goes Richarlison. Richarlison's done really well there. Couldn't find a cross. Digne's there. Second time of asking, and Selke taps that in. 9th goal of the year for him. We're 2-0 up, and we are hopefully now cruising towards top of the group. Goodison Park, it's up there with like the old Galatasaray, isn't it? Where it's just no one comes here. It's like welcome to hell. No one leaves with points. This is Goodison. Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. Do we want to change anything? I put Denny Drinkwater on the bench as sort of an option, a deep-lying playmaking option. Though, to be honest, I kind of just like rotating Berg and Witsel right now. We haven't really used Denny Drinkwater as much as we have done in previous years. Not necessarily because he's doing badly when he plays. I just feel Witsel wants to play every game, and sort of the games he doesn't play, I want Berg to play because I think he's a really good defensive player for us. And he's still young too. I want to make sure he's going to reach his maximum potential as well. So we're only paying Drinkwater 30 grand a week, so it's not like we're paying him massive money. But I don't think that we will get him back. His contract at Chelsea's up next year. I don't think we'll get him back. And I'm even tempted to cancel the loan because we do have Morrow as well. But I think he's better than Morrow for what we want anyway. Morrow's one I'm considering selling, if I'm honest, because we're not really using him. He hasn't really developed how I would have liked him to. Let's go with a passionate. I'm happy, I think. Go with that. Everything there looks fine. Yeah, so I don't know if we maybe look to sell Morrow. We didn't pay that much for him. The injury hasn't helped him, but I don't think we're going to use him enough, to be honest. Flapped by the keeper, and it's bouncing around. It's still there for Stark, and he can't finish. Oh, come on, boys. A third goal does pretty much wrap it up. Look at Ned Stark running back. Excellent, excellent stuff. We might even throw out some praise, or we'll wait and see what happens in this corner here first. Away. Easy for Selke. Rafinha. Now, can Rafinha and Richarlison do what Richarlison and Bernard can do? He goes early for Richarlison! Then it's a stunning save from Lopez in goal. How has he kept that out? We'll give them some praise now. Come on, boys. Let's wrap this game up. If we were to get to 3-0 and Selke doesn't score the goal, so he's on a hat-trick, we will, I think, look to bring our young Frenchman on. Because this was a good opportunity to give him some game time. Everybody else on the bench we're not really looking to develop necessarily, so that would be okay. Let's try to demand more here, perhaps. I don't like the complacency that's sneaking in here. Let's see what happens from this. If we can win the header, please. I don't need to win the header, just bring it down. Milo's done really, really well there. He is, I'll try and remember to show you his attributes next time we sort of go off a highlight. Oh, look at Rafinha. Look at Rafinha go. That's stunning. Oh, it needed a goal. Richarlison has missed what would have been the best assist of the game. I mean, look at him just coming along as an 18-year-old. He is just amazing. His progress was halted a little bit with that injury that he picked up with his weightlifting challenge with Davy Selgate. So he's gone backwards. Not backwards, but he's sort of halted a little bit there. At 2-0 this far out, I'm going to call it and say that we're looking good. Let's bring on Bastian here. He could probably almost play as a complete forward, but we'll keep him as an advanced forward. I don't think there's anything else we want to do there. The fact Sander Berg's looking a bit disinterested tempts me with Danny Drinkwater, but we'll leave him on for now. Here goes Vlasic on a run. Vlasic! Oh, tapped around the post again by their keeper. Their keeper has he's actually done a really, really good job, hasn't he? He has stopped this from getting embarrassing for them, if we're truthful. I mean, think of this. Look at 17 shots on target. Goodison Park, it's got to be the most feared ground in Europe right now. Oh, that's absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. It's a stunning finish from their winger, Bakambu. He's absolutely belted that into the roof of his net. Watch this. It's horrid. The goalkeeper has let himself down there. I don't know what that's all about. And look at that. Absolutely buried into his own net from Bakambu. And that is now top of the group, sealed, signed, and delivered. Can we just rub a little bit of salt in these Lyon wounds, I wonder? Or are they going to just get one back? Look at Bakambu. He knows he's made a mistake there. Not even necessarily a mistake. It probably looks worse than it is. When he's trying to clear it off his own goal, and that's a stunning pass. Oh, Lafont is there, showing that he's just as good as Lopez in their goal. That's a really, really good save. Yeah, it's one of those own goals that it's difficult to sort of hook it away, isn't it? And you don't quite catch it right, and you look a little bit silly there. Tar's done brilliantly again. This has just been an amazing performance. 32 shots on goal in what was a top-of-the-table defining Champions League group game. Absolutely stunning. We're in such good form right now. We're coming back into, obviously, over Christmas now. We're coming into that run that we had at the start of the year where we play all the big teams again. If we can be anywhere near the top of the table when we come out of that run, we could be in with an outside shot at the league this year, and we're playing so well. I don't even think we really need to fear the teams at the top of the table, to be honest. I mean, I'll be made to look silly with that, but I feel like we're playing so well right now that we could literally beat anybody. But let's have a look at that. There it is, guaranteed top of the table, 15 points from 18 available. The only game we lost was away in Lyon, and even that wasn't a terrible loss. Although I think if I remember correctly, we didn't particularly play well. And you can see the league table there, 17 games gone. We are a little ways back from Manchester City. What's that? 7 points. We're only 3 points off Liverpool in second. So it's on for this season, I think, guys, for try and really push in and get a proper title challenge going. But that is it for today. If you have enjoyed that episode, 6 goals, absolutely stunning stuff. Make sure you hit thumbs up. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. Make sure that you are subscribing and ring the bell so you know when I upload new episodes. I should say too, all my information to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, or to email in any questions you might have for potential press conference. It's all down there in the description, so just check that out. But we will be back next time, and it's back for the festive fixtures. I'm tempted to come back early for the Manchester City game at home, but festive fixtures is a tradition, isn't it? So we'll come back for Manchester United, who are 6th, and Leicester, who are in 16th. Should we come back for City? No, we'll do the festive fixtures. Anyway, guys, that's all for next time. Until then, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching, and here are our goals of the month for November. Take care.